then play again for the championship.
Do you think that coaches in the Atlantic Division, where they had to play Clemson and Florida State every year, you think they feel a little bit differently than that?
I don't ask them.
Coach,
I don't care.
You mentioned the other day about how your team doesn't have an issue with no division. How much does the fact that Drake has involved so many guys play a role in the fact that we don't have that NIL?
Yeah, the question is, I mentioned that our locker room hasn't had issues with NIL. Why is that? And one of the reasons is Drake Mack. The quarterback's going to make more money like in the NFL and NIL than the other kids do. That's just the way it is, and the kids understand that. But Sam and Drake have really worked hard to get opportunities for the other kids. I look out the window the other day, and Drake's out there with all the offensive linemen doing a commercial that they wanted him to do, and he said, I'm not going to do it unless the offensive linemen do it. I see a seafood opportunity where all the receivers are getting fed. Drake's the one that set that up. So when you've got kids that get it and are about the team still and want to get back, it's got a lot better chance to work.
Coach, with King Beamer, can you give me your thoughts on him and what he's done with the program in South Carolina?
Yeah, Frank Beamer is a dear friend of mine. We went to Hall of Fame together. We coached against each other. We kind of grew up together. That I was here struggling when he was struggling at Virginia Tech, and then we both made it and hung in there for a while. So it's funny. I've watched Shane grow up. I remember a little kid hanging around when we were coaching against each other and going to all the conventions and that kind of stuff. And I'm really, really proud of Shane. He's did a tremendous job in his early years here in South Carolina. He's got so much energy and so much momentum going, and I'm proud for him. I don't want him to win his opener, but I'm still really proud of what he's done.
Mack, you spoke on rivalries. Big first two games for you guys, South Carolina and then App State, but maybe the lesser of the two with App State, what that game means for the state of North Carolina and how that's been since 2019.
Yes, the rivalries, we're playing North Carolina Central, I think, next year. We're playing Charlotte in a couple of years. I think the philosophy for our administration has been if you're going to play out of conference schools that are definitely group of five, then try to play in your state so that money stays in your state, stays in your state system. And Sean Clark's a tremendous coach. What a game we had last year. Both defenses gave out in the fourth quarter. It was the hottest day I've ever seen in Boone, and I've been up there a whole lot. But we've had two games that came down to the last play with them, and I expect this one to be the same this year.
Mack, with Drake back and the trajectory the program's on, do you feel pressure to really make the most of that and take that next step? Because Coach Alonso, you know how rare kind of these teams can be.
Yeah, I'm driven. I don't ever feel pressure. That's if I felt pressure, it put pressure on our team. I don't get nervous. I get anxious because I get excited and want to go. To me, we've got the pride back in North Carolina football. We're 4 years away from winning 2 games. And here we are, this team gone to an Orange Bowl, been to 4 straight bowl games. This team's won a divisional title. So there's a lot of great things, and now you're starting your 5th season with a sold-out stadium, a really difficult schedule, opening game on game day. One of the best quarterbacks in the country, a lot of guys coming back, so you want expectations. And if you don't have expectations, you haven't done a very good job. And this is what we came back to do. Do I feel pressure? No.
Beyond the personnel,
I want to get one last question in on Drake. Maybe whatever lessons we're learning at Sam Howell, I had to deal with, things didn't kind of live up to those expectations. What lessons are you taking from that you can pass down to Drake for him to be behind the track?
What lessons can we learn for Drake to handle the Heisman hype? The biggest thing is you learn from your experiences. And Jeremy Sharp, Director of Communications, had a lot of experience with a lot of Heisman hopers and winners at Texas. So we know what we're doing. The biggest thing is to win the Heisman, you got to win. And if we had won against Georgia Tech and NC State, Drake would have been in New York, because we would have won 11 games at that point with 2 left. So Drake knows it's all about winning. It's not about anything else. It's not about the hype. It's about winning.
Beyond the personnel changes, what do you see differently about the defense this year?
They're older. They're more experienced. They'll be in the same defense for the 2nd year in a row after they change after 3 years. So they'll know more what they're doing. Coach Chiswick will be better. after being out for 5 years and seeing all the changes on offense. He got an awakening early in the season too, and we continued to get better last year. And people have talked so bad about it. And the narrative early was we played awful against App State, we played awful against Notre Dame, and I got that. We started getting better, and nobody gave us credit because you don't. If there's so much going on, you just say they're bad. So they're bad for the year. We're going to do that. And those kids have heard that enough. They're getting tired of hearing that, so they're going to come in with a chip on their shoulder.
Mack, you've watched that. Would you be in favor of freshmen not receiving NIL for future?
No, because Sam Howell was a freshman. He was our starting quarterback. I think you get an NIL based on what you deserve. I would like for us to start calling it pay for play. Because the ones that are playing really good are the ones that make the money. For us to say it's not pay for play, it seems a little facetious to me. But I don't think you could even legally say these can't get money and these cannot. I think with the federal government, you got to say everybody has a free right to get their money.
Mack, I wanted to ask about Dabo. You watched him build the program as a media member and as a coach. He's kind of stuck to his way of doing it. What do you think about how that's turned out successful?
Yeah, Dabo's been successful, and he learned from Coach Stallings.
Yeah.
And he and Woody McCorvey, and they've got a plan. That plan's worked for many years, and you may tweak it a little bit, but you're not going to change it. Because whatever's working, you keep doing it.
I wanted to ask you about South Carolina and that sort of challenge
South Carolina came out of last year with so much money. We did not. And that was the difference. We won 9, they won 8, but they won 2 of the last 3. They were really good teams. And they came out like this, and we came out like this. So one of the biggest things is the momentum. It'll be 2 of the best quarterbacks in the country. One of the reasons game day is coming. It'll be a fun game. We won the first one, and then last year we didn't play well as they did in the bowl game and jumped all over us. So this will be a great challenge for us over the season. I'm really excited about it.
Coach, looking at some of the highs and lows from last year, from a coach's standpoint, what are some of the things that you've taken away to try to apply into getting the type of season you want this year?
We had a really good season for North Carolina. It's one of the best we've had in many years. 9 wins, division championship, playing in the ACC championship game, and we lost 3 games on the last play of the game at the end, out of 4. And Clemson was better than we were, but we turned the ball over 3 times, had a field goal blocked, and you can't do that. One of those turnovers led to points. Another one was an interception for a touchdown. The fumble was at the 24-yard line. So we had opportunities, even in those last 4 games, to do what we need to do. So what we've said, that's a good year. And we need to understand it's a good year. We want to have a great year. And what we've got to do is do little things better to make sure that we can win all the games instead of 9.